The second leg matches in the Champions League quarterfinals have come and gone, and we now know which sides will compete in the next round of this historic competition. With some amazing goals, some incredible saves, and some truly beautiful football, we got to witness history across these 4 games. Today we're taking a look at each of the second leg matches to see which sides prove themselves on the big stage and which sides will be heading home from the competition. The Champions League is closing in on its grand finale, but the drama is only just beginning. The first match of the day would see Aston Villa take on PSG in a truly enticing encounter. With the Parisian visitors holding on to a 3-1 lead on aggregate, the pressure was on the home side to make a statement early on. After an incredibly unfortunate error between Pau Torres and Emi Martinez, it would be Hakimi's strike that would find the back of the net, giving PSG a 1-0 lead in the 11th minute. It would take just 17 minutes for PSG's counterattack to strike once again, and after a gorgeous curling effort from Nuno Mendes, PSG's lead was now 2-0 after just 28 minutes. The home side would get a glimmer of hope in the 34th minute, and with Tielemans' shot taking a wild deflection, the score was now 2-1 for the visiting side, which would last until halftime. Aston Villa would find the first goal of the second half, and with an absolute screamer from outside the box, John McGinn would bring the match level at 2-2 in the 55th minute. Aston Villa's third goal would come just 3 minutes later, and with a clean finish from Ezri Konsa after a gorgeous run by Marcus Rashford, the score was now 3-2 with 30 minutes to go. The home side would give it their all until the final whistle, but after 90 minutes of exhilarating football, PSG would come away with a 5-4 victory on aggregate. The next match of the day saw Borussia Dortmund take on Barcelona in what was a challenge of epic proportions for the German side. With the Spanish visitors coming into this tie with a 4-0 lead on aggregate, it would take a truly historic effort for the home side to stay alive in the competition. After an incredibly harsh challenge on Pascal Gross that was committed by Szczesny, it would be Guirassi's calculated penalty that would find the back of the net, giving Dortmund a 1-0 lead in the 11th minute. Dortmund were in full control in the first half of this match, as Barcelona managed just one total shot and 0.02 xG as the match went into halftime at 1-0 for Dortmund. Dortmund would get their second goal in the 49th minute, and with Guirassi's brace coming from a header, the score was now 2-0 for the home side. Barcelona's first goal of the match would come just 5 minutes later, and after an incredibly unlucky bounce off of Ben Sebaini that found the back of the net, the score was now 2-1 for the home side. Guirassi would complete his hat-trick in the 76th minute after a truly awful clearance attempt from Araujo, extending Dortmund's lead to 3-1 with 15 minutes left to go. That would be the final goal in this match, as a disappointing Barcelona side would lose 3-1 in the match, but come away with a 5-3 victory on aggregate. The first match of the second day of action was the highly anticipated match between Inter Milan and Bayern Munich. With the Italian side holding on to a 2-1 aggregate lead, it would take an all-time performance from the Germans to reverse the tie in their favor. The first half would see Bayern come away with most of the possession, albeit with very few chances, and with both sides stuck in a deadlock, the match went into halftime at 0-0. Bayern wasted no time getting the first goal of this match, and in the 52nd minute, Harry Kane's low-driven strike found the bottom left corner, giving Bayern Munich a crucial 1-0 lead. That lead would last just 6 minutes, and with Lautaro Martinez finishing off a beautiful set-piece play, the score was now 1-1 in the 58th minute. Inter Milan would double their lead just 3 minutes later, and with Pavard's clinical header beating the Bayern defense, the score was now 2-1 with 30 minutes left to go. The German visitors refused to give up, and in the 76th minute, Eric Dyer's header from a corner kick would find the back of the net to bring the game level at 2-2. That would be the final goal in this match, as it finished 2-2 for both sides, with Inter Milan coming away with a 4-3 win on aggregate. The final game of the day was the marquee matchup between Real Madrid and Arsenal. The English visitors came into this match with a 3-0 aggregate lead, but the Spanish side were brimming with confidence as they looked to mount an incredible comeback. The first chance of the match would be a penalty for Arsenal in the 13th minute, but a very poor penalty from Saka would be saved by Courtois, keeping the game level at 0-0. Real Madrid came ever so close to being awarded a penalty of their own in the 28th minute, but after a very long VAR check, they would be denied their best chance of the night. Real Madrid were unable to generate a single shot on target in the first frame, and with the referee's whistle, the match went into halftime stuck at 0-0. The first goal of the match came in the 65th minute, and after some beautiful link-up play, Bukayo Saka's goal would give Arsenal a critical 1-0 lead. Real Madrid would get instant payback, and after a truly shocking mistake from Saliba, Vinicius Jr.'s strike in the 67th minute would bring the game level at 1-1. Arsenal would get one last goal in stoppage time, and after a beautiful run and finish from Gabriel Martinelli, the score was now 2-1 for the visitors, which would last until the final whistle. Arsenal come away with a victory in this match at the expense of Real Madrid, as well as a 5-1 win on aggregate. With the Champions League quarterfinals coming to an end, here's where we stand before the semifinals. PSG come away with a thrilling 5-4 aggregate victory over Aston Villa, and they will now face Arsenal after their 5-1 aggregate victory over Real Madrid. On the other side of the bracket, Barcelona come away with a 5-3 aggregate victory over Dortmund, and they will now face Inter Milan after their 4-3 aggregate victory over Bayern Munich. We are now just 4 matches away from the Champions League final, and it's now or never for the 4 remaining sides. But what did you think of the second leg matches in the quarterfinals of the Champions League? Which game was your favorite to watch, and which side do you think can make it all the way? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more football content, tier lists, and everything in between, and as always, I'll catch you next time.